Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all well and Merry Christmas. I'm actually filming this video on Christmas Eve, but I'm not sure when it's going to go up. I'm Helen from Babbling by the Brook. If you're new to my channel, I would love for you to hit subscribe. Just a little bit of background. We completed on this house on the 7th of December 2020 and it is now Christmas Eve 2021, so pretty much 12 months. Everywhere is sort of getting there now downstairs. We've still got like a little bit of snagging, so a bit of beading on the flooring that needs adding. But yeah, it's been non-stop. We actually had plasterers in only 2 weeks ago, which you won't believe when you see the progress, because Tom's been working like every evening on this after work. Nothing has changed upstairs at all other than the stairs and the landing, which we've had plastered, repainted and carpet there, but the bedrooms all look exactly the same and the bathroom and the ensuite look exactly the same. So yeah, I'm going to focus on downstairs, but if you do want to have a look at the full house tour from last year to get a really good idea of like the before and afters, then I'll leave that sort of up here somewhere. Like this dog toy in my hand, grim. You can click on that, have a look at that first, and then maybe come back and watch this video. I'm going to stop waffling now and actually just pick up the camera, take you to the front door. I'll start there and start showing you around and insert some before clips. So I really hope that you enjoy this video, everybody, and let's get started. So we're in the hallway. This was the old front door. That was all the wallpaper that went up the stairs. You can sort of see the carpet that we had there, and the staircase spindles were painted in like a really dark varnish. I'd already started peeling off some wallpaper and quickly we realised that it would all need replastering. This flooring all had to come up because we wanted the same flooring going into the kitchen, which you can see that door there, that's the one into the kitchen. So I quickly started ripping up all of these tiles. They were actually so easy to get up once I started going. They were like a vinyl material. It just made the room look really dark. And we knew that we wanted the same flooring going from the hallway through to the kitchen and the downstairs toilet with underfloor heating. So after all the floor was up, we kept the carpet down whilst we stripped off the wallpaper, going up the stairs and the landing. That was a horrific job because there was just so much of it and it had been on for so long. We took the radiator off the wall and had that replaced, so I'll show you what it's looking like now. This is the front of the house, so this is the new front door. We had the exact same door fitted to the back of the house as well, and I've got a full transformation video for all the doors and windows in this house because every single one has been replaced. So in the hallway we've had this off-white greyish coloured tile on the floor. These are porcelain tiles and they've got underfloor heating underneath them. And this floor runs into the kitchen and into the downstairs toilet. First thing you might have noticed is the doors are all mismatched, but this is sort of what we're looking at going for all of the internal doors. So taking out that stained glass, which we've found out isn't from the original factory that used to be built here. It was actually an 80s stained glass in the end, after we'd paid to have them all dipped, thinking that we were reclaiming something really special. Wasn't actually the case. So you can see the new radiator is on. All the walls have been skimmed and repainted, so it's looking nice and fresh in here. I just think it needs warming up with some nice decor bits, maybe a floor runner, a nice mirror in here, some baskets, things like that, just to make it look a little bit more homely and a little bit more like a hallway. On into the dining room. I'm really happy with how this room's looking now. We've got new blinds up. These are from Blinds to Go, and we've also added in the new radiator as well. The doll's house isn't staying there. I've just sort of plonked it in that corner because I can't think of anywhere else at the minute that I can put it. It's just not fitting anywhere nicely. So I need to have a think about that. And this new mirror, this gold mirror, we only bought this a couple of weeks ago from a shop called, I think you say it, Yusk, but it is JYSK. They've got a few of them in the country. If you've never shopped there, I would definitely recommend having a look at the website. They've got some really nice stuff on there. It's kind of like an IKEA. So you can see that we have just freshened up the staircase with a lick of white paint and it's looking, yeah, just nice and fresh. I would like to replace the staircase sooner rather than later. I really want black wrought iron spindles going up that staircase, which I think would break up the white a little bit too. Definitely need some pictures on the walls, but this wall is brand new. We're waiting on a big delivery of door handles and hinges as well at the minute because every single one in the house is getting replaced, so I reckon they're going to take a little while to arrive. But you can see this door doesn't match those ones, but will do soon enough. So this one needs painting in the new year and the glass needs replacing. Now, it was this piece of glass that I really did not like, and we got a stained glass specialist round to give us a quote just to replace where the flower is. We wanted that bit replacing, having something bespoke done, but we were quoted something like £800. And when I said it was because I wanted to keep it because it was old stained glass, the guy was like, it's not, it's 80s muffle, he said it was. So this is what the downstairs toilet looked like when we moved in. Obviously the doors weren't in there, we were just using this room as storage at one point. But you can see we had like built-in units, and the pipes were all inside of those cupboards as well. This is what it's looking like now. So we've got underfloor heating, and the door sort of sits further back into the wall, which is really good because there used to be an old bulky radiator on that back wall. This mirror is from William Wood Mirrors. I ordered that a couple of weeks ago. The fittings, like the towel rail and the toilet roll holder, are both from Dunelm. I got them recently as well. It's just really plain in here at the minute. It definitely needs some finishing off. We need to paint the skirting boards. That hasn't been done yet, but I love this basin. I love the colour of it. I love how narrow it is so it doesn't eat into too much of the room. I think definitely adding new spotlights in here made a big difference, and also setting the pipes into the floor made a massive difference as well. We got these sample splashback tiles from B&Q. I liked that it had sort of like a bumpy texture to it. I thought off-white it was just going to be off-white, but actually they look a little bit pink against that wall. I don't know if you agree, but I don't like them, and I think I'm just going to go for plain white ones in the exact same range and have them vertical, because I think vertical looks better than horizontal like that. Let me know what you think, but I'm thinking 2 vertical stacked on top of each other behind that sink. I think that would look really good. But yeah, that's how it's looking so far. I definitely need some pictures on that side of the wall because you can see everything looks like it's crammed on one side. Into the living room, you can see that wall is new with the mirror on, and I don't think we've lost any light here at all. You can see the ugly orange door from hell is getting replaced very, very soon. That's something that is going to be done short term. Love this bookcase. So glad that we decided to repurpose it and not get rid of it. You know, sort of like hack it out of the wall because it is built in. It's definitely a feature now and I absolutely love it. You can see there's a light switch there hanging off the wall. It's all these little bits that need doing. The garden, absolute mess, don't even talk to me about it. We will be doing something with that in the spring just to tidy it up, I think. No idea long term how that garden is going to end up looking, but obviously you can see we've had new bifold doors fitted, and that makes such a big difference to the light in this room. We've got the Christmas tree up. This room looks nicely full now. It looks quite cosy, but there's definitely something missing, and it's a fire. I don't know if you agree. We decided when we were doing the tiled wall, you know what, we're not going to put a fire in here. And I think the reason why I thought we wouldn't miss a fire is because in the cottage that we moved from, we didn't have a fire in the living room, but we did have a log burner in the dining room, so maybe that's why I sort of felt like we didn't necessarily need a fire. But now I am regretting that decision, and I would love a corner log burner where the Christmas tree is. I think that would look so nice, and the flue could sort of go out of the wall, straight out of the wall onto the decking. How amazing would that look with like a nice little log basket next to it, a little tiled corner area? I would love that. Not looking like that's going to happen anytime soon though, to be honest, so I'm going to have to find something else to fill that space. Maybe an accent chair or a plant, or, you know, a blanket ladder, something like that for the time being, and maybe revisit that in the future. Okay, into the kitchen. This is the next update. So we don't have any glass in the kitchen door or the utility door yet. So that is a job for in the new year. We're currently waiting on some glass to be cut. But you can see that we've had this black railing fitted. This is like a sliding door now into the utility, and the glass for that room will be frosted so you can't see straight through. But I'm really happy with how this room's looking. You can see we've had the new radiator fitted on the wall. Having radiators moved around and plumbing for things like new layouts is so expensive. Like, everything just costs so much more than you think it's going to when you're in the planning phase of whatever project it is that you're doing. It's ridiculous. But I'm happy with all the finishings in this room as well. I was debating for ages whether or not to go for nickel handles and fittings. I'm so glad I did. I almost went gold, and Although I absolutely love how that looks, I think definitely in this kitchen, nickel was the right way to go with the fittings, and happy with the colour scheme and everything really. The only thing I do think is it looks a little bit cold. I don't know why I'm showing you these flowers. Tom bought them for me and I just thought it was quite sweet and I wanted to show you them. But yeah, it's looking a little bit cold, and I think that that's the floor. I do think that that is the floor that's done that, but I'm happy with the floor and I like how it looks in the hallway and the downstairs toilet, so I'm not complaining, I'm just saying it's just a little observation or just something that I think, I wonder if we'd have gone for a slightly different shade, it might have looked a little bit warmer. Love the stools, oh my word, they were an absolute steal. If you remember me talking about these on Instagram, I got them for an absolute bargain. It was £50 for all 4 stools. Now these are identical to the ones on Cox and Cox that are about £250 per stool. I would have never bought them, let's be real. There would be no way I would spend £1,000 on 4 stools. But I'm so happy that I found them, and I think they warm up the room a little bit. So definitely some more touches like that I think need to happen. We've decided to leave that splashback wall now and not have any shelving on there, which is music to Tom's ears because we're going to have some shelving put on that inside wall instead, with some herbs, cookbooks, things like that, which I think is just going to look really, really nice. The consumer unit and some water pipes actually run behind that wall, so definitely wouldn't have been a good idea drilling into those tiles. Absolutely love the size of the island. Now, I know it looks quite small and it probably looks like we could have afforded to go a little bit bigger with the island, but one of the things that me and Tom both said when we moved into this house was we wanted to make it practical. We didn't want to end up regretting decisions that we make, either leaving not enough space around the island or not putting in a utility room, because it's something that we didn't have in the old house that we wish we did. Now, if I'd have had my Instagram head on, I'd have left that utility wall out. I would have had integrated appliances and just had like another worktop space. But I'm so glad that we've decided to put in this utility now. There are things that need finishing off in here, like the floor doesn't meet the skirting board, as you would have just seen. Needs another lick of paint, some tiling, shelving, something doing with this area, which is the pet area. That's where Eric's litter is and Connie's bed. But yeah, I think if I'd have had Instagram head on and how things look on pictures, definitely we wouldn't have ended up with this room. We would have ended up with a bigger kitchen that looked nicer on pictures and things like that. But yeah, I'm glad we stuck to what we originally wanted and went for a practical little room that hideous beer machine could be hidden in. Now, I don't even like that that's on my worktop, but when you get married, you know, you've got to compromise with these things. I would love to just shove that in a cupboard and pretend it doesn't exist. I hate it, but it's actually a big improvement from the old house because he had that pride of place on the worktop and wouldn't even let me have a toaster out, but wanted his beer machine out on the side. So we are improving in that respect. So yeah, that is a good look at the kitchen now. Again, really happy with this room. I think when we do Christmas dinner here, it's going to be great because that microwave that we've got actually turns into another oven. The lighting in here as well, Tom was messing about with the lighting for ages and I was just thinking, why are you so bothered about lights? Like, it doesn't matter, just switch the light on and off. And he was adamant he wanted 3 different dimmer switches. Actually so glad, because it really sets the mood when I'm making a spag bol on a Tuesday and I want it to be a little bit moody whilst listening to Adele. I'm really starting to see every room sort of flow into the next one now, and it's just nice to know that your ideas are coming together nicely. But this is the new office room. This is where I'm working at the moment. This is where Tom will be working from when he starts his new job in Feb. So the aim is to get this room finished by then. So ignore the Aldi bag for life underneath my desk. It's just there at the minute because it's got all the wires in. It's very unfinished in here, but pretty soon we'll have sort of holes cut out into the worktop desk, and all our wires will be hidden. You can see we've got actually 2 double sockets on each side, so it's going to be really handy. That's another thing that Tom was adamant he wanted. I was just basically saying to him, just go off the mains and stick some extension leads underneath the desk. No one will ever see them. And he was like, no, if I'm doing it properly, which actually I'm grateful for now because he has done a really good job. Hate that door, hate it, like can't wait to get it painted. You might recognise this sofa from the old house. We had it in the old living room. That brings us to the end of this video, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you did enjoy having a look around and seeing what we've done in the first 12 months of living here. Future plans will be garden. You might have seen from the bifolds leading out onto the back garden. It's a bit of a mess. I'm sure most gardens look a bit of a mess in the winter anyway, but yeah, that'll be a project for the summer, I think. All depends, like, funds permitting. We want to replace the staircase at some point. Happy to keep the main bathroom. Maybe have that done in a few years. And then the ensuite is something that I really want doing because we use that every single day. I would like somewhere to get ready where I can actually see what I'm doing, because if you ask me, did I get ready in the dark this morning, the answer would be yes. Again, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit subscribe before you leave. Give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching, everybody, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.